Hey, it's Wrestling Hero Figs. We have some customs and we have some pickups. This over here, this is kind of what has developed over the last couple of weeks. Raw, SmackDown, the atmosphere, it's changed. And this is what it's inspired me to do over here. Current Matt Hardy, Ricochet, and we'll get into all of it. You know, I'm not sure if you know this, bro, but he's no longer woken. That's kind of what he says. He's conquered the woken feel of it all. And that, oh man, come on, bro. That was like your best run apart from like Team Extreme early days. I think the Matt Hardy woken gimmick was epic. Okay, so a couple of things you're going to need. One, you're going to definitely need a series. What series was this? This is the green attire. Matt Hardy. We've only seen him once. I had to get the kick pads off him. And I also got the head scan off. Now remember, did have a smiling scan, but I did a fix-up on mine from that recent WrestleMania basic figure. So I wanted to use that one. The feel and the expression of this one. I mean, regardless, whether he's woken or not, the man, he's always happy. The arms right here, this actually came off an old RVD figure. And I'm sure you're going to be like, bro, you ruined your RVD figure. Actually, we got multiple uses out of this RVD figure. This is a beautiful thing. When you can get multiple parts out of a figure, this is going to be great. And you'll see in just a sec. He's over there towards the back. So I ended up using the arms? Because the arms right here, if you remember, if you don't want to have to do like the wrist tapes on it, that RVD right there, this already comes with the black wrist tapes. So I added the black wrist tapes. I added like I said, the kick pads off this one, as well as the scan. And the only other thing I have to do is that I have to acetone the belt. I'm either going to acetone it or paint it black, one or the other. I really haven't made a choice, but this is Elite Series, was it 57 Jeff Hardy? So you grab your 57 Jeff Hardy, you do the part swaps, and you got yourself a current Matt Hardy. Now, all we need, man, is that Elite 67 Jeff. Come on, Ringside Collectibles. It's mid-March. It's a couple of weeks, but I can't wait, man. But by the way, that's when all those giveaways, I know you guys are always asking on the regular Hero Figs, when are the winners going to be announced? When that kicks in, we'll get more into that. But nonetheless, here is the Matt Hardy right here. Ricochet, you're going to have a couple of options. Now, option number one, you could go with the Hall of Champions, Eddie Guerrero. From right here, this is what you're seeing. And it's not finished. So if you're wondering, like, bro, why is it not? Like, I want to give you guys a couple of ideas. This is just one of them. Before we go over the second option, I also want to give you an alternate option for the scans. Now, this is temporarily. BEW is working on something special, and it's not David Otunga. You won't believe what the man has come up with. You'll see. Sooner than later, you will see. Now, for the head scans, you got two different options. You can either go with the Nexus, David Otunga, which really doesn't have a facial expression. It's just a bland, like, vanilla pose right there. Or you could have this one right here when he was on a single run. I went with that one just because it had more of that Ricochet look. I acetone the hair off the skull. And, I mean, the man is if you look at his hairstyle, it's practically down to the skull right there. It's almost like I think, actually, come to think of it, I think he might, I don't know, he might be bald. No, he's not bald. He hasn't bald yet, but nonetheless, you have two different options. You can acetone the hair off either the NXT figure or the one that I went with right here. Now, some of you may have already seen the custom Prince Puma on the channel, which is his alternate. This came off my guy, Cody Villanueva. So you could do either or. The torso, I think that he went with, I think it's a Sin Cara torso. So all in all, I'm going to give you three different options. You can go with the Sin Cara torso, which what Cody went with, or you can do with the Eddie, or if you want to take like the cheap, safe route, that should still work pretty good, you can use an Alberto Del Rio. You can pick up a Del Rio Elite figure off eBay for like $8 shipped. You could use any Alberto Del Rio. If I were you, I'd go with the black one. That way you don't have to worry about like getting, any black. Well, I guess you'd be taping off around the waist, but you could go with like the black attire, Alberto Del Rio. So I'm just tossing up the idea, man, because my biggest struggle from it all, from this right now, is as far as me making the choice and going further with this, I actually want to make two different attires based off this look right here with the Hall of Champions Eddie Guerrero. I also want to make the WrestleMania 20 Eddie Guerrero from when he won the title. So again, multiple options. Both of them should work pretty good. Batista, the animal, he is now back, dude. And this is kind of like the look. This is kind of his return look that we saw on Monday Night Raw. I ended up going with the Rock, which is was this defining? Yes, it was a Defining Moments Rock. That's the only figure that really comes to mind that had just plain black pants. There was a Brock Lesnar figure. Was it a Brock Lesnar? No, it was another Rock figure that was released later down the line, but it had white, it had two white lines going down the sides. So I went with this one instead. Added the black pants. Any shirt should work for this. I mean, really, this is more of a fix-it more than anything. I went with like a Dean Ambrose because I had several Dean Ambrose of the same shirts. They released that same one over and over again, and we saw it in the epic moments. We saw it, so I just threw it on Batista. I turned it inside out, or you can acetone the leather jacket. This is the one that I was going with my Finn Balor. This came off Ralph's Figures clothing. The Elite figure, I mean, dude, just about like any of his most recent Elites. The one that I went with, drop it in the comment section, you guys. It was the one that was displayed in the card with his back facing where you could see like all of the tattoo design. That's the Batista that I went with. That way I didn't have to acetone the hair because I think any other Batista apart from this had hair on it. Now, going back to what I was telling you guys. Actually, before I get any further, I want to show you guys some of these pickups that we picked up. I'm not sure if you guys have come across these, but these literally just hit my retail. This is like Hot Wheels monster trucks. I think they look pretty cool, man. I think what they did right here with, and I'm not sure if these might actually be actual monster trucks that they put out on the shows, because I think it was Undertaker earlier in the days. I think Gravedigger had an Undertaker style of monster truck, and that's the actual name of the truck, was Gravedigger. But I could be wrong. I have to double check my references. So they got John Cena. They have the Deadman Undertaker. Let's back some of these guys up. They also have Stone Cold Steve Austin, and what is the other one? AJ Styles. AJ Styles is the last character in the member. I want to get all these open, and we still got, I know, you're like, Hero Fakes, you need to ease up. We still got one more over here from my guy Curb Stomp. So there is a lot to cover, and we also found, look at this. Let's move these out of the way. We also found something over here from Five Below, so we'll get that open as well. Just a lot, man. It's a whole party going on over here today. So which one do you guys want to go with? Let's see. We're going to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We're going to go with John Super Cena. Now, the colors that you're seeing on the truck right here, this is based off the orange and blue. Current right now, it's the green. So maybe, who knows, we might see a continuation of this line down the road. On the back right here, it's showing you the other guys in the back. And the cool thing about this, dude, if you look at the top right-hand corner, it kind of has like the stats, dude. Name, John Cena, obviously, right? Truck type, muscle, flat out hustle is a strength. It's like attitude adjustment for the crash attack and motivation, never give up. Oh, I get that. Oh, very interesting. Who makes this, by the way? I think I think it's Disney, you guys. I think the people that make the, well, Hot Wheels, obviously, but the license behind it was, when I was doing the checkout, it said Disney inspired. And the way that it's sitting inside there, you can see that it kind of has like an actual ring. This isn't a piece. This is all cardboard. Well, let me get it out. I want to show you. Here's the side image of John Cena right there. And here's the look of his actual monster truck right there on the side. Actually, I don't think that's the actual monster truck. I think that's just a random truck they decided to go with just to throw in a little extra. Now the ring, oh, dude, this is awesome. I think one of two things you could display it. Obviously, if you plan on keeping it in the box, you could do that. You can look at this display stand. You can actually, one thing that I might do actually, I might actually put like my John Cena figure, because I do have a specifically devoted section for Super Cena. So I think I might put like my favorite John Cena figure right there in the middle. That's cool. Look at that, dude. I mean, this box right here, they are making it this feels legit, man. This is a nice little display piece. This is, I think retails at $4.90 something. So a great deal, man. I mean, this little box alone, the way that I'm seeing it, it's like $2 worth to me. This is sick. Now the truck right here, I think it's got like a little, does it? No, it doesn't spring. But the wheels right here, they're not rubber. They are plastic. Is it plastic? Yes, it's plastic. I mean, usually these little monster trucks, they actually have rubber tires, but not this one. You can see all the suspension right there. Now, the way that a monster truck works, they don't have the engine up front. They actually, I think it's a rear engine design. You can actually see it right there, and you can see like the supercharger right up front with the exhaust ports. That's the way that it is, man. They don't have exhaust on the back. And make sure that if this truck is going to go all out, you get all that smoke going up. You can see the autograph right there on front of the hood. I think this is actually, you know what? This isn't even a truck, man. This is more like a monster muscle car. It's what it is. I mean, that's what it said on the back of the card anyways. It's got a nice orange outline going all the way to the front. On the back right here, it's got the WWE logo, and it's really hard to make out because the print, it's really just really faded right there. But on the back right there, it's got the hustle, loyalty, and respect. On the back rear end, dude, no taillights. There's no painted on taillights. It's just a flat blue. And the orange right there, the outline that you saw on the sides, it's continuing up top all the way to the front end of the car. This thing is wicked, man. I actually like this. I know my son's going to get a kick out of this. You can see the fog lights right down there at the bottom. This thing is awesome, man. Would highly recommend it, man, especially for this stand. Let's put man Hardy over here. He says, yes, Hero Figs, thank you. Let's get him over here. We're going to get the dead man out next, the Undertaker. The Undertaker, the one that I think, dude, I'm telling you, I think back in the Attitude Era, I'm almost 100. If not, I think it was Sting. It was either Sting or the Undertaker that they had actually released like a real life-size monster truck inspired. Now this is kind of like I don't know what kind of truck style that is. This is kind of like a Willys. This is like one of those old school Willys. The purple right there, it's carrying on to the actual rim tire, kind of like what we saw with John Cena right there. It's pretty cool, man. And then for him, he's got the same little ring display stand on the back right here. I'll show you the back. So name, taker, truck type, city, strength, hauling body parts. That's awesome. I like the strength. I like the strengths that they go with right there. Crash Attack, Tombstone Pile Driver, and then we got the Motivation Rest in Peace. Let's get the Undertaker out. Let's see if he can chokeslam his opponents with his monster truck, or, you know, like they said in the back, the Tombstone Pile Driver. There's the little display stand, identical to what we saw right there with the John Cena one, except it says Taker. It says 3 out of the 4. What does that mean? Does that mean there's going to be like, you know, 6 other characters released in this line? Who knows? I think that's the only cue that I'm picking up from it. A truck right here, the monster truck, the Undertaker's Gravediggers. Was that Gravedigger? I think that's what it was, dude. I'm telling you. On the back, it says Dead Man Forever. Now, the doors don't open up, but it is cool that they actually put them on there. It's got the Undertaker's image, just the outline shadow of it all. And then right there, it's got his logo design. On the side right here, it says Undertaker. There you go. This one you can make out a lot better. I think the clarity that we didn't see on John Cena's, because this is really, really faded. But what it actually says, you can clearly see it on this one. It says Monster Trucks, WWE logo right there. We got the Grim Reaper with a bunch of bats just flaring out. The suspension is all there. This is cool, dude. The tires, again, it's got the matching purple, and we're seeing right there on the front. Look at the front, dude, on this one. It's like a massive Willys, dude. If anybody knows the Willys, it's kind of like an old version Jeep. Right there, it says Demon from Death Valley. Look at that paint deco, dude. It's got a little clock right there, or not a clock, but you know, something that's telling you that the dead man, he is counting down the time until he rests in peace. I don't think he's ever gonna rest in peace, dude. But on the side right here, it's the same image that we saw on this side, you know, that with the Grim Reaper, except it's also located on the side. On the hood right here, check out the hood, you guys. It's got the Undertaker, like actual, like the logo design behind it. And then up front, it's got the Undertaker. Really cool monster trucks, man. I like these. Now, the Phenomenal one, I think this is the only one that's getting like an actual truck. Oh, well, actually, Stone Cold, his is like old school, like 1920s truck. But as far as like current style of truck, I think AJ Styles is the only one that's benefiting from that. Right here, name, AJ Styles, truck type, pickup. It says strength, transport, phenomenal loads. You know what that is, dude? You know what a phenomenal load is? Yeah, you don't want to know. If you did, though, man, it's something that's usually done when you go to the bathroom. That's what I call mine, dude. When I go to the bathroom, I call those nothing but phenomenal loads. Look at this truck. So the truck right here, this is kind of like WrestleMania. The colors that we're seeing, I think he took out, was it Shane McMahon? I think that white attire, which is the same Toys R Us exclusive figure right there that we did see with AJ Styles. The red, the white, all that beautiful P1 love on the truck right there. Check it out. Check it out right there. It says AJ Styles up front. It says the Phenomenal One, and then up top, it's got the P1 logo on the back. It says, I am phenomenal. Now, the signature on this one, as you can see for AJ Styles, I think each one had it, like John Cena had it on the side right there, right? We got it on actually on the hood. This one's got it on the rear end. And I think for the Undertaker, I didn't even see the Undertaker one. Yeah, come to think of it, the dead man did not autograph yeah, he didn't. I don't see it unless if I'm just overlooking at the truck, but the Undertaker's the only one that's not receiving the autograph. Now, up top right here, there is no cab to it. I mean, when you're building a monster truck, if you're building a truck from the ground up, you eliminate that, bro. You got to make sure you take out the cab. You got to make sure that all the support frame right there is able to fit right there. The engine, again, keep in mind, the engines are located up in the back, so they are rear engine right there. Really cool truck, man. There's the front end of it. On the actual hood right there, it says the Phenomenal AJ Styles. Now we got one left. We have the Texas Rattlesnake. Now, I know for a fact, here's the little in-ring, or the actual ring right there for AJ Styles. Same as the rest, except it's got his name. Now, I know for a fact, you guys, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the actual, here, I'll show you the back right there. Name, Stone Cold, truck type, hot rod, Austin 316, Stone Cold Stunner, and because Stone Cold said so. Back to what I was saying, Monday Night Raw. Actually, it was Raw is War back in the day. He actually did drive in. He drove in a regular truck as well as a monster truck. I don't think the monster truck was driven into the actual arena. It was just driven backstage. So I know for a fact, not necessarily this truck itself that you're seeing right here on the figure, but I know they did have an actual Stone Cold Steve Austin truck. Here's the ring right there. This old school truck, I think this is like early, bro. I'm talking about like 1930s, 1940s, maybe even the 20s. I know this style of truck, this is dating back to the days, like way back in the days. And I think this one is actually receiving most of the actual like detail, like the front end. You can see the skull right there, the smoking skull. That's cool, man. That is sick. And then too, also up top, I mean, if you look at all the other ones, they're very cartoonish, like not cartoonish, but they're very colorful, like the John Cena. It's got a lot of bright colors. Even the Undertaker, man, it's got like a lot of colors, but the Stone Cold, dude, this thing is like printed like realistic style, man. It's got some really cool, like overall like paint design right there. This is the most realistic one, I would have to say, out of the four. On the side right there, it's got Stone Cold Steve Austin. It says Austin 316 going down the bottom of the truck. And then we got the engine bay located right there on the back. That's cool. What? I said, that's cool. What? Right there on the bag, it's got the what? This thing is wicked, man. All four of them, dude. I got to recommend it. If I'm going to rank them, since we are here anyways, we got to rank all of them. I think number one for sure, it's got to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. Number two, I'm going to give it to the dead man. Number three, it's got to be John Cena. And number four, AJ Styles. Now, this one right here, back all the way back here, you guys. Before I show you this one, this is going back to that RVD figure that I was telling you about. I'm not wasting any figures whatsoever when I utilize multiple figures for customs. Dude, throw them in the fodder bin, use them later on. This RVD, I actually ended up using the head scan for McMichaels. Steve McMichaels. This is a custom Steve McMichaels right here. That's the scan. Now, you could do one of two things. You could either do either or. You could either go with this one, and I've also seen people use the Nikolai Volkov. Of course, the hair, it would have to be sculpted. But with this one, I don't know, man. I always saw something about McMichaels. I always saw RVD. Something about the look that he had. Obviously, not when he was smiling. This guy was a pretty serious dude. But he had the right ponytail, the right hairstyle. I mean, even like the dimples. Once you add the glasses too, you really can't even tell. Now, this is all hand painted by me. There's no decals. The only thing that I feel like this is missing is the Bears, like that Chicago Bears style of jacket that he would normally wear. The body right here, actually, yeah, it was Nikolai Volkov. That's the figure that I went with to make him. And that's really, apart from like the actual 76 that you saw up front, you got to do the white line right there on the side, and that's it, man. He's a pretty bland character, but an important character nonetheless. Especially if you're like a Four Horsemen, fanatic like Hero Figs is. This one right here, you guys, this came from my guy Curb Stomp. Now the knife, I did have it. I know for a fact I had it in the beginning of the video, but unfortunately we have misplaced it in this chaos. So instead, we are gonna go all out and just rip it from the sides. This is one of two. Some of you may have seen the WCW attire, But, dude, it wouldn't be an unboxing without some juice. Hero Figs, what are you talking about? You talking about apple juice? No, I'm talking about the juice. I'm talking about Hooven 2. And here's the thing. This was actually rescaled to fit a Mattel body. The original scan that he went with was that one that they've put out recently I can't remember, I think it was Jax. I think it's Jax, the ones that had put this figure out. This is this scan, in the color, the look, and feel of it all. It's the exact same one that we just got in the Jax, except it's all converted in Mattel. Check this out. This was, like I said, resized to fit. I don't know how they did it, man, but I know for a fact, like the way that it was done and captured right here in the figure, dude, solid, my dude. This is so cool. This is all decals right there. The tattoos. You can actually hit up Curb Stop right there. He's got all the tattoo decals, not just for the actual shoulder pieces, but for the tights as well. So if you want to make your own, you know, you definitely have the right parts to work with when you hit up Curb Stop. Curb Stop Custom City Decals, to be exact. Right there, my dude. Curb Stop City Custom Decals. Yes, right there on the actual. Like I think this is a 6. Either it's a 6 or a Tupac figure, and then he repainted the skin tone to match the rest of the actual like arms right there. Solid, bro. Really happy. I know. Normally, you know, he does pretty good with the prices on these, but because he ended up paying like, I think it was like $40 to get this rescaled, that's the reason why it was so much, but it was worth it, man. This guy right here, Hooven 2, the guy is still doing it, man. And this is like right here, this is a great representation of his mask. I am so pleased with the overall look of that mask, dude. I think, after, you know, it was rescaled, it was professionally all hand painted. These are not decals, so if you hit him up for decals on the tattoos and the tights, he ain't gonna be able to. I don't know. You'll have to ask him, but I'm pretty sure that this is all professionally hand painted right there. That's the haul, you guys. That is the haul. There was a lot to cover. If you stuck through it all, man, if you stuck through the 20 plus minutes of this madness unboxing, first of all, drop a like, right? If you are new to the channel, you know what you got to do, man. You got to hit that sub button. You don't want to miss this regular stuff that we're putting out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.